Here I go over to the gameplay room. So I'm here, Jeremiah is here, and you know what? Vi is here. Hi, Vi.
Hello. Now, why is OBS not streaming tabletop? Have I? Okay, there we go. I just wait. Hey. Uno mas.
Okay. I should probably have a rulebook open, because currently I am still on the PDFs, and the only PDF I have open is your army rules. So I could certainly be more prepared than I am now.
Hi, Mesmer. Yeah, I don't think my combat rules are going to help you. Just a feeling.
Like maybe in a strategic sense, but
like you're looking at my hand in Magic the Gathering?
a little bit. Oh, geez. Now I have to remember how my... Oh, I'm going to have to be diligent at remembering how my command phase goes, because that's when my whole order mechanic happens.
I have
Also,
scary robots.
What enhancement are we going to choose?
I'm just going with the default because it recommended going with the default if it's your first game.
That's fair. Mesmer got a callback. Hell yeah.
Nice.
What are you looking at, Mesmer? All right, so we'll go with the defaults. Default. And we'll go with the quick start.
I'm gonna set the music volume kind of lowish.
Gate guard for the oil trucks at the ranches. That's... You know what? There's worse. There's worse out there.
You're gonna guard the oil, the forbidden sippies.
Okay, so every command phase is when we check Battle Shock.
Okay.
Battle shocked units have an objective control of 0 and cannot be affected by friendly stratagems.
They're not worthy of the stratagems. Oh. That is a long time.
Yep.
I hope you have plenty to keep you entertained while you are there.
Mesmer is a connoisseur of phone games.
Nice.
Looks like I am going to have to open up the core rules. Because deployment rules. I think it's anywhere within... For this... Oh, I forgot to put... That's the wrong tab. I forgot to put... Whoop, I should lock that as well. Lock that.
The combat patrol thingy had deployment zones. It's the, at least I thought the red and the green were the deployment zones.
You are correct. Which is... Well, I guess those sandbags are convenient. It is your 5 inches on your side of the map, so anywhere behind the sandbags.
Convenient place sandbags.
Also,
do we have objective markers put down yet?
Not on the map yet. I realized that. So I've got them next to the map. And now I'm looking up,
I'm taking this one.
Where do they go? They go from the very center of center. We have 10 inches out in either way. and then
Yeah.
6 inches out in either way on the short sides. So from the very center of center, we go... Hold on.
Oh,
That's 20. So from here to here, let's try that again. From here to here is 30. So from here to here is 15. So we're going 9 in. So that's one. Can you see my... Yeah, I can
Yes.
see yours. So if you could put an objective marker at this measurement spot I have measured. Getting money out of phone games. Nice. Okay, so that's 44. Which means this is 22, and if it's 10 out from center, that's going to be 12. So it's right at this fence line here. We'll just
I got a solution to it.
we'll just put the... Actually, hold on. Maybe we can toggle collision off for that. All right, let's try
Trying
that.
to remember. Oh wait, yeah, I remember how to do this.
Close enough. And we're going to lock
Remember,
this
terrain
one
is
down.
terrainable.
Say again?
Terrain is terrainable.
Thank you? Question mark? It's another 9 right there. And then another 12 right... you know what? Let's just get rid of this. Get rid of that one and replace it.
I'm taking this. It's mine now.
King me. All right. That's looking very attainable. Is this a turn? Yeah, this is a simulated version of Warhammer 40,000. The game where you spend several $100s on plastic models and then spend the next 48 hours painting them before you can play the game.
And as Fire has discovered, cheaper than Magic the Gathering in Australia.
Which is just a horrifying thing to say. That's
Very
just...
much so.
That's a nightmarish thing to say. Okay, so this orange ticker on your side of the board, orange, brown, whatever, that is your command points. That is
Okay.
a very helpful tracker, so you will not need paper for that. Okay, board is set up. Shall we designate my side of the table with the roads that have arrows as the attacker side? I
That
don't
makes
know
sense.
if it matters for this one, but we'll call that attacker because it has roads leading off.
I think it mostly matters depending on how the terrain is set up. So,
Yeah,
but yeah.
there is more for me to learn about terrain rules. It would have been really helpful if I had played a game with the guys at the club who could show me just physically how to do this before I tried to teach somebody else, but, we're gonna wing it.
I think this is good for a starter game. It's not too complicated. I know some people just sort of like back when I tried to learn initially, they would have like agree a certain amount of terrain, and then they'd each take turns placing one piece each.
Yeah. That sounds reasonable.
So now that we've determined which side is the attacker and which is the defender, we need to do a roll off, and the winner decides who will be the attacker and who will be the defender.
All right. So let's go over here. I shall spawn and roll 1 die. And it's still set to 1, so you can press this plus button over here to spawn and roll a different die. All
I roll
right.
3.
I choose attacker side.
That makes things convenient.
Yay. So now, we should choose our enhancements before we get any further, because I think we were supposed to do that already. We decided to go with default enhancement and default secondary objective. All right.
Yes. Now we move on to declare battle formations, which, in the order stated below, both players now secretly note down which of their units will form patrol squads. Many units in combat patrols have the patrol squad ability listed on their start sheet. When both players have done so, they declare their selections to their opponent. Okay, well, mine's pretty straightforward because I don't have any options like that.
Yeah, we're gonna see if I have anything with the patrol squads. Oh, I do. Do I have... Yes, I have one thing that can patrol squads. I have decided. So I have declared my battle formations. What do we do next?
I have also declared my battle formations. We reveal them to each other. These are my battle formations. Basically just big scary robot on its own, slightly smaller but still big robots, scary robots on the side. Then the warriors have the leader, and then swarm bots.
All right, all right. Well, for me, this may not be the wisest option, however. Let's see that. I am going to choose to attach my command squad to my close range guardsmen, and the field ordnance battery will split.
Okay.
But beyond that, I have an armored sentinel and a longer range group of guardsmen, which does include Trooper Bragg from the Gaunt's Ghosts series, because I couldn't find literally anybody with an autogun. So he has an autocannon that is being treated as an autogun.
Understandable. That means nothing to me right now, but I'll take your word for it. Okay, next step is
I couldn't find anybody with a Saiga 9, so I gave him an Ash 12 because that was the closest thing.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Deploy armies. Players alternate setting up their remaining units one at a time, starting with the defender. A player's models must be set up wholly within the deployment zone. If one player finishes deploying all their units, their opponent then deploys the remainder of their units. So since I am the defender, I deploy first.
Okay.
I mean, deploying units, right? Not individual players.
Yes, it's by unit. Otherwise, orcs would always have final say. And Tyranids. And some guardsman players.
I'm going to put those there.
I'm going to lock all of the terrain. Now
that is a good idea.
So you're setting up the swarms there.
Yeah.
So I shall set up My command squad, also there. So back in older editions, you used to need, like, pie plates to play this game, was the nickname for
I
the blast
remember!
templates.
I had some of them! I might still have some of them at my mom's place, actually.
They have changed all of those rules, so now you don't need to balance everything on, or you don't need to balance anything on your models to decide which of them are underneath the area of effect.
Oh, good. I'm gonna deploy the not so big but still pretty big scare robots. Here.
All right. I'm gonna deploy the, whoop, wrong one. I'm gonna deploy the rocket artillery there. And then I'm gonna change my rotation angle so that I can make that a little bit more forward. There, that's better.
I'm gonna deploy my command squad here.
I'm gonna deploy my anti-tank gun here. Though the rules on it are really weird. It's like not actually treated as a field gun. It's treated as a howitzer at weirdly short range. It's just bizarre.
Actually,
Reading
before
over
I
my
deploy
cards
that
here,
one-
it really feels like the rules of these two should be swapped.
Perhaps. I'm gonna deploy this one here. Wait, no, I can't do that. No, I don't want it. Yeah. Here.
All right, I'm going to check one of my rules real quick. Okay. Yes. I'm going to bring in my armored sentinel and put it here. Oh, and then I think I've got one more unit and you're out?
Yep, I'm out.
All right, so I'm going to put in one more unit right about here.
Nice. Okay, now we got to determine the first turn, which we do by a roll-off.
I see. We've got, oh, hey, look at that. We've got, oh, these are D3s. Never mind, let's not roll a D3. I shall roll. It's a 1.
It's gonna be hard to beat.
All right. You got me. Just barely, but you got me.
I shall go first. Then, next step is resolve pre-battle rules. Players alternate resolving any pre-battle rules units from their armies have, such as the scout ability, starting with a player who will take the first turn. I don't think I've got any pre-battle rules I need to worry about.
Like if you have any scouts, it would be the swarms?
No, they are not scouts. Yeah, no, I don't. Yep, no, I've got no pre-battle rules to resolve.
All right. I don't think I do either. No, yep. We're good.
Okay, now here's a question I have before we proceed. It
Mm-hmm.
says the battle ends after 5 battle rounds have been completed. Does that
Mhm.
mean... Does that mean... does a battle round mean I take a turn, then you take a turn? Or is a battle round just one turn?
I believe a battle round is one full pass through the phases for each of us.
Okay. Okay, I believe we're good to start then, if you are.
Woo.
So first up is the command phase. First, both players gain 1 command point.
We're going to add that to the ticker.
Battle shock, yep. And then movement phase.
Oh, and let's say out loud the terms of our mission to remind both ourselves and
Alright.
the audience.
Mission rule. Retrieve intelligence in each of the player's command phase from the second battle round onwards. The player whose turn it is can select up to 1 objective marker they control and recover data from that objective marker. Each time a player recovers data from an objective marker, if their warlord is on the field or is embarked with the transport that is on the battlefield, they gain 1 command point. Each objective marker each objective marker can only be selected for this rule once by either player. Primary objective, taken whole. Several strategic locations have been identified in your vicinity. You are ordered to assault these positions, purge them of foe, and hold them at any
don't know
cost.
if you are obliged to tell me what your secondary is.
No, this is the primary objective for the mission.
Sorry. Continue.
You are ordered to assault these positions, purge them of the foe, and hold them at any cost. In the second, third, and fourth battle rounds, at the end of each player's command phase, the player whose turn it is scores 5 victory points for each objective marker they control, to a maximum of 15 per turn. In the fifth battle round, the player who has the first turn scores victory points as described above. The player who has the second turn scores victory points as described above, but does so at the end of their turn instead of at the end of their command phase.
Right. Okay. Fair.
So I believe I start with movement now.
Yeah, looking through the phases. If you have nothing to do in your command phase, then yes, you may begin moving each of your units one at a time. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me check to see. All of a sudden, I suspect that the battle round is the turns like your command, your movement, my movement.
Ah.
I am not sure, so I'm going to check.
Okay. Hi, chat. Well, Panther's dating. How you doing?
All right. Each turn consists of a series of phases, which must be resolved in the following order. No, it is all of yours, then all of mine.
Okay. Shall I go ahead then?
Yes. Please do.
Pizza. I want pizza.
Asmer's eating pizza. Okay.
Trying to figure out.
What you figuring out?
Just trying to figure out how to do my movement here. Where I can do both the ruler and the... Well, basically, so I can see the ruler while I'm moving the unit.
Oh, that... There should be a way to do that. Right-click on the piece, then hover over Toggles. Enable Measure Movement.
There we go.
Toggles. Measure Movement. Perfect.
I'll put that back down real quick. And then I'm going to select... Just going to turn that on for all my stuff real quick.
Yep. And then I believe... You know what? No, I'm not confident enough to say how the movement measuring works. Determining visibility.
Okay.
True line of sight. Check a model's perspective view by looking from behind the observing model. If any part of another model can be seen from any part of the observing model, then the other model is visible. Oh, so I think your big tall walker can probably see over those central tanks.
Oh.
And be seen.
Just going to do partial movement so I can get around these things fairly.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, move.
Sequencing.
There is 4. What was the movement on these again? 9. And then move this one 5. There. And this one can go... Just go straight. And 2. There we go.
And engagement range. Is that 1 inch or 3 inches?
I'm sorry, what?
movement for purposes of engagement range. The being in melee. I think it's 3 inches.
I saw it earlier. Where was it?
Yeah. Oh, yes. 1 inch.
Ah.
No, 3 inch comes. 3 inches is the minimum distance to fail a charge. Because if you're 3 inches away and you're charging into melee, it is physically possible to roll 2 1s and screw yourself over.
True. Oh, no, I don't want to move that yet. Move that back in this place.
A model can be moved over terrain features that are 2 inches or less in height as if they were not there. So, I think you could probably just jump over these dumpsters. I think... Well, do we want to call the dumpsters 2 inches or 3 inches?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
This feels like something we should decide now. If you
it's
do
kind of hard to
decide...
gauge when it's just a 3D model.
But if you do decide that you want them to be free movement over, I will certainly allow you to change your mind about how you want to move this turn.
I'd say let's not have like the terrain for terrain, you know.
All right. Do you have anything that can fly?
No.
Okay, then we don't need to worry about that.
I'm gonna move that there.
Okay.
Move there. This one can go there.
Oh, armor saves and cover saves have been rolled into the same thing.
Oh.
Also, wow, my armored sentinel has a 2-up. That's shockingly good armor. I mean, sure, the Space Marines get 2-up with reroll and resistance to armor piercing and stuff. Well, actually, maybe that might also be old edition stuff. The point is, I did not expect to see a 2-up anywhere on this datasheet.
Yeah. Also, give me a second real quick. I realized I forgot to screenshot something. There we go. Okay, I got that. Um. Necron. There you go. He was defying gravity for a second there. Whoa. And that one can go there, and that one can go there. Okay, that's my movement phase done.
All right. Now it's time for violence. Oh, shooting comes before charging. Right, because perhaps an orc might want to shoot as it charges in. I probably should have set these guys up in cover.
Could I change something about my movement? Oh, it's a bit late. I forgot there were two types of moves. There's normal move and advanced move.
Oh. Do you want to make an advanced move?
Yes. I would like to do an advanced move on my Scarab Swarm and my Scorptech Destroyers, which is basically the same, but I roll a d6 and add the result.
Yes. Yeah, I'm familiar with advanced moves. You don't get to shoot or assault move. Are you okay with that?
I don't think any of them are in.
I mean, there are some rules that let you advance and then assault, but barring anything that changes it like that.
Unless I get lucky, neither of these are going to be able to charge. So, yeah, I'm going to advance move these two. First, I'll do the Swarm. 1 extra inch for the Swarm.
Oh.
And then for my Destroyers. Ha-ha!
Oh. Oh no. Ah. So, you're pretty fast. Kept you waiting, huh? These guys got 3 legs.
They do, and a very big melee weapons. Okay, now it's shooting phase. I apologize about that.
Yeah, those swords are, on average, almost as big as these dudes.
One unit at a time, your models can fire their ranged weapons at enemy units that are within range invisible. Models with more than one ranged weapon can shoot each one at a different target, but you must declare all targets at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to start with my Doomstalker.
That's fair.
Okay, I'm going to shoot the Gauss. Wait, that's the wrong one. The Doomstalker's Doomsday Blaster at your Armored Sentinel. It has a range of 48.
Yep, that looks within range.
And then the
How
twin
many attacks
ghost
on that?
one 1d6 plus 1.
Okay.
And I'm also going to fire the twin ghost flare at your Voxcasters, which is 24-inch range.
All right. That would target the whole unit, and I would assign wounds unless you have precision on that. Also, I think precision only lets you take out characters. Unless I'm remembering that wrong. Because that might be a previous edition thing where you could strategically let the front line die so that you couldn't get charged.
Oh. Also, one moment. These weapons have keywords I need to...
That's fair. Heavy and blast, perhaps?
Yeah, and... Oh, okay, so I see. And then the Twin Ghost Flare has lethal hits, rapid fire 1, and twin linked.
Ooh.
Rapid...
All right, so
then half range to
is
24.
for rerolls. Twin linked, you get to reroll wound dice. Rapid fire, within half of your total range, you get that many extra attacks. And I forget the first one. Lethal hits. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I should use my Doomsday Blaster elsewhere, but we're committed to it now. So, do I roll all the attacks at once? Well, I guess first I should roll a d6 for how many Doomsday
attacks for each weapon at once. So you'll roll all the Doomsday, and then you'll roll all the Flare.
Okay, and I think I have to roll a d6 first to determine how many attacks the Doomsday Blaster is doing?
All right. So you may spawn and roll a die.
2 plus 1.
3. And here's a fun feature. What does that hit on?
Oh, that's a crit.
Oh, yep. That's you might have sustained hits on that then, or lethal hits. What is your ballistic skill on that?
4 plus. So 2 hits.
So
1 crit.
These buttons over here. Double click on that 4 plus. Ta-da.
Ooh.
And then, what have we got for rules here? So lethal hits, I am not super sure what that... I think it auto wounds.
Lethal hits is on the Ghost Flare, which is not the Doomsday Blaster.
Oh, all right. So the Doomsday Blaster. No rules, only crits. Well, there's rules about crits, Lizard. Deadly Demise, Reanimation Protocols, Terrifying. All right. So that's just Blast and Heavy.
Hi, Lizard.
So Blast will not apply to a single model unit. AP minus 3 and a strength of 14. Dear God. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you are rolling... You are rolling strength 14 versus toughness... What's my toughness here? Toughness 8. Oh, look at that. I am not getting hit on 2 ups. I'm getting hit on 3 ups.
True. So I roll 2d6, is that correct? Wait.
Yes, you roll 2d6 for wound.
But what isn't it one of sorry, what about the crit though?
Let's see. An unmodified wound roll of 6 is called a critical wound and is always successful. Wait, let's try that again. Unmodified hit roll of 6 is called a critical hit and is always successful. Okay, so... that is a guaranteed hit. Oh, okay, it's a it's a guaranteed hit no matter what other bullshit I pull.
Okay.
Though there are other rules like sustained hits and I think it's devastating wounds, but no, it can't be. That will add bonus effects like always wounds or adds extra hits if you roll a 6.
Okay. So now I re-roll. I roll the 4 to see if it
So you
for the strength of the attack.
So now you've got your 2 hits. You are going to roll 2 more dice to see which of those hits wound. So you can just, I think, click on the roll
So
button.
the crit just determines if. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Oh, select and then roll? There we go. So
1 wound.
All right, so that is 1 wound for how much? Oh, and then I get to save.
With -3 AP.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to attempt to save that. I'm going to spawn and roll that. That's a 2. However, I don't get to save on 2s anymore. I would be saving on 3, 4, 5. I would be saving on a 5 up, so I'm not saving that. I am taking that wound. So
that is 3 damage.
That is 3 damage that I am taking. All right.
Yep.
Well, how am I going to track that on this particular dude? State, no, it's changing state.
How many wounds does he have normally?
I think it's more than 3, but you're right. If it's not more than 3, then we can save a whole lot of tracking. It is wounds
Also, you could just
7.
You can spawn in a D6 and just tick it down.
True. So 3 wounds gone.
That'll be.
He's got
5.
4 health left.
Okay,
These
and
guys are all 1
now
wound.
the Twin
Oh,
Gore
no.
Slayer. This one's only 1 attack. Oh, that just stole the dice.
My dice.
What's over here?
It seems like an oversight to not have any kind of wound markers here. This is otherwise a very well provisioned board.
If I was online, okay, I know what to
Hold
do.
on, you know what? Here's a silly thing that we didn't think of yet.
What? Are you just gonna spawn one from the objects menu?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Fair. Okay, I get you. Well, you had thought of it then. There we go.
That is not a dice, but I guess this works.
Yeah, it also doesn't have any way to change the value on it, so that's the high work level of doing that. But all right, Twin Gauss Flare.
This one's only 1 attack.
Lethal hits. I think
that was a 1.
That one, if I see. I still kind of want to look up lethal hits, because I feel like I should know that. Or is that the one that you sent me?
No, that was the Deadly Demise.
Ah.
I believe lethal hits is in the lethal hits. Each time an attack is made with such a weapon, a critical hit automatically wounds the target. Oh, okay.
Ah, there we go. Huh.
And now my Necron Warriors. Oh!
Hey, get back over there, you.
I was just peeking.
Running over for a quick smooch.
Okay, they are in range of my Ghost Flare for the Necron Warriors,
All right.
but not in range of the Ghost Reaper. I've only got 5 of the Ghost Flares. Is that correct?
Yeah, it should be 5 and
where's that
5.
listing?
However, one
5
of these
Ghost
is
Flares.
mislabeled. The
Oh.
double barrel is the Reaper, and the one with the axe is the Flayer.
I did measure from the back unit, though, so... Like, from here to...
Yeah.
We shall just have to keep that in mind. So
well, you
that'll
are
be...
shooting at me. I am going to go shoot this bot.
What? Oh!
Banned.
Oh, it's from my chat. You know what?
Oh, there were 2 of them.
There you go, you've got mod privilege in my chat now. Okay, so I roll 5 dice. Where's that sheet gone? Okay, so this is still
Double banned.
4 plus.
That was very satisfying. With the mod privileges in the shared chat, I got them from both channels at once.
So now I roll to hit, now I roll to wound, so I roll those 3.
Ah, the shooting. Oh, these guys have much lower toughness. What is their toughness?
Alright, I should have grabbed the...
So you're shooting at the shock troops?
Yes. Oh, the Voxcaster. So...
All right. Oh, that's just one specific guy with the radio. They are toughness 3.
Oh! Okay, so toughness 3. Strength is 4. So...
That is...
3 plus.
Still a 3 up.
Okay, so that's 2 wounds.
2 wounds. And
0
now
armor penetration.
I'm going to attempt to save those on a 4 up, because they've got cover. I think I can do that. I will have to look at the cover rules with more diligence. So, you rolled that, and I'm rolling, trying to get a 4 up.
Yep.
Oh, dang.
Yep.
Okay, let's hear it for sandbags.
That's gonna be the end of my shootsy phase.
All right. This looks like it's going to go very well for me. And I'm afraid, because it really looks like it's going to go very well for me, to the point where I'm suspicious.
This is...
So...
the 2 units I want to charge can't. So there's no melee phase. And now it goes to your command phase. Do we get command points again, or is it just...
I think we get 1 point every command phase, plus any bonuses you may have. Oh, speaking of which,
Okay, so
I've got a radio. I should probably be rolling for that.
So we do get another... Because it's in your command phase, we do get another command point? Or...
Oh, that's a good question. Do we get one in each? Yes.
Because it does say...
Yes, both players gain one.
Ah.
Okay. So these guys have a Voxcaster, but with the simplified rules we're using here, I don't actually have the Voxcaster ability on any unit.
Oh.
All right. So, what are my options here? In my command phase, officer models from my army with this ability can issue orders. And with my default enhancement of command laurels, my entire army gets that order. All right. I am going to issue the order, Take Aim. Improve the ballistic skill characteristic of ranged weapons equipped by models in this unit by 1. And just to confirm, Armored Sentinel is affected, shock troops are affected, the field ordnance... Okay, yes, everything is affected. I feel like normally half of these things would not have the regiment keyword. So, we're going to do the guy who can get furthest forward. And side note, the guy... Okay, so there's the flamethrower guy. 4 inches. Shoot, I should have gone move, move, move. Maybe. Hold on. What is the range on this? That is a flamer, range 12 inches. Oh. They are in range.
Muskrats!
Okay, you know what? I'll double check, make sure these guys can move. Yes, they are a 6-inch move. We're going to move as far forwards as we can manage. Maybe I should have moved these as a brick.
I feel like that'd be a bit complicated and more restrictive, to be honest.
Yeah, it would have been.
I was thinking of doing the same thing with my stuff as well, but then I immediately ran into issues with my swarm.
3. Do you would you rate this a legal move? Moving 3 and then 3 around this thing?
Yes, but I would say move it a little bit more to the right because your models are going to be clipping otherwise.
Ah. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, everything's white!
Okay. I was trying out the undo button. I think that might be a bit of a strain. I'm not going to do that anymore.
My eyes!
All right. Give me a moment. I'm going to take a look at the moving on top of things section. If we have rated those as 3 inches tall, then I can climb them if I have enough movement. But I don't know if I'm going to have enough movement on a 6-inch move range. Moving over terrain. There we go. So the vertical distance of 3 inches must be counted as part of the move. So I can move him on top of here, but only if it says 3 inches or less. Three 3.0. No. All right. So he was here. I am now going to attempt to keep these guys in unit cohesion with their 6-inch moves. So as long as I have at least one guy, at least a string of guys no more than 1 inch away from each other, then it's still... I forget what exactly the penalty is, but I probably don't want that to happen. Oh, stop that, you. 0.7, okay. Base to base is 0.7, okay. I hope that's properly measured. All right, that's a bit of a mess, but it's something. So that unit has moved. This unit has moved. Pretty sure that is also 6 inches. Should have checked beforehand. Might be 4. It's 4. So that was definitely back here, approximately as close to the table edge as the other one. Okay, so this is going to move 4 inches forward. And I don't know if that's close enough to count as being on the objective. All right, this guy, he's not going to move. And these guys are going to just get into cover. That was 5.5, so I'm going to snug him up because I have... Pretty sure I have that to spare. .3. Okay. That's can't move him that far. All right, we got the dudes in the cover, and then we've got this and that, and I shall not move this one, and I shall not move this one. So, shooting phase. Let's do this 1 unit at a time. All right. We shall start with my Command Squad X Shock Troops unit. Which means I will be firing with the, not the autogun, that's the other squad, the Flamer, 12-inch, ignores cover, Torrent. Flamer guy is within 12 inches. You know what? Let's do this 1 weapon at a time. So I'm going to spawn and roll 1d6 to determine how many... Get out of here. But these dice aren't
After
leaving.
you select...
Sorry.
After you select my scarabs for an attack, I'm going to use Mercurial Resistance. When your opponent's shooting phase or fight phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its targets, target one Necron's unit from your army that was selected as the target for one or more of the attacking unit's attacks. Effects. Until the end of the phase, models in your unit have a 5+ invulnerable save.
Okay. I guess, to be fair, all of the attacks from this unit are declared onto the scarabs.
Yep, and that's going to cost me 1 command point.
Before going over to rolling. So I shall spawn and roll 1d6. Hot golly. So that's 5 attacks. Auto hit.
Yeah.
Strength 4. What is the toughness of your scarabs?
2.
2. Okay. Oh, all right. So that's wounding on a 2-up. Unless I am wounding on a 3-up because I have a -1 to that. So what was your resistance?
Oh, resistance?
Yeah, your mercurial resistance. What did that do again?
Oh, that gives my stuff a +5 invulnerable save.
Okay, so that's not here yet. And I think the invulnerable save comes after your regular save.
I believe so.
So, I am spawning and rolling 5 to wound, which are wounding on a 2-up. Wow. Okay.
Thank you, dice.
So that is Norse cover torrent. I think that just is the doesn't miss ability. Yeah, auto hits. So ignores cover. Cannot have the benefit of cover against that attack. All right. So yeah, you're just doing your saves against 2 strength what wounds? What strength are we at here? Strength 4. That's not relevant, actually. 4 1-damage, not 4 1-damage wounds, 2 1-damage wounds that you are doing a regular save against.
Is there any AP?
That was the word. No AP.
Well, 1d6. Okay. Oh, that's 1 save. I've got a saving throw of 6.
Now you do an invulnerable save against that other one.
No.
Okay, so you take 1 wound.
Okay, so... can you spawn me in a dice?
Also, hopefully this does not end up being what I fear it is, but I think I'm getting some of the initial halos that tell me I have a migraine in my future. Which I hope not. Haven't had one of those for
I
a
had
while.
I had one of those the other day. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I'm still sort of feeling the after effects of it.
Yeah.
So that's one wound. Each of my scarabs has 4 wounds.
That's terrifying. Okay. So, next up, what all have I got in this squad? I've got... I think that man has a las pistol. That guy has a bolt pistol. These guys have regular guns, also regular guns. That guy does not have vision. Okay, so we'll do the melt-a-gun next.
Oh, I remember that thing being horrible to be against.
It's kind of both. All right, melt-a-gun. 1 attack, 12 inches. Yep, he's in range. So, we're going to go down to 1 and just spawn and roll 1. Spawn and roll 1. That's a 3. What's his ballistic skill on this? Ballistic skill is a 4-up, but because I used the take aim order, he hits on a 3-up. Yay. And now we roll that to wound, which is wounding on a 2-up. That was close. Okay, so you have taken 1 wound. 1 D6 wound. Let's see how much damage that is. That was the worst roll I've seen in my life. Okay, it just popped up into the air and spun around a little bit with the same side facing up the whole time. However... Oh, melt a 2. Hold on, are we within 6 inches? Just barely. Do you wish to allow this?
Yeah, look, that's it's within 6, so like would be 6 exactly. So,
all right.
but don't I get a saving throw?
Yes, I just have to check to see what the melter rule does. Because that...
Okay.
Yeah, you're not assigning wounds yet. You are determining how many wounds are in the hit that you will be saving against.
Okay, I sorry, I thought, yeah, okay. And so again, you said, I apologize. Pistol.
Anti-assault blast, ignores cup. Looks like I have to go into the full book to find Melta. If you field tanks with tentacle panzer. Exactly. Isn't that fun? Hi, Linya.
Hi.
We are functioning. All right.
We're rolling dice.
Damage characteristic is increased by that. Okay, so this is a Melta 2 weapon, so you have a single 4 damage hit to save against at AP -4.
I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna go straight to my invuln save. Because my saving throw for my scarabs is 6+.
Fair enough. Takes time getting used to this. Reminds you of the Wraith and Glory being rather amusing.
Okay, so I take 2 damage.
Take 2 oh, you're taking half damage?
Well, didn't you roll 2 wounds?
I rolled a 2, and because we are within 6 inches, the Melta 2 on this weapon adds 2 to the damage.
I can decide where the wounds go, right? Yeah?
You have to put it on the wounded one.
Okay, so that one's... And then the
but that's
carryover goes.
That's just a standard attack. They don't spill over.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
One
now.
of my Scarab Storms is gone. For now.
Yes, for now. Now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 12.2. So I guess 7 at half range, 1 not at half range. That is a bolt pistol, so it is not part of this. And this one? That doesn't look visible. Yes, if you would like to give us rule definitions that we are visibly trying to remember, that would definitely help.
Hi, Lova.
But yes, also hi, Kitty. Let's see. So that was 7 lasguns at half range. Lasgun rapid fire 1. So that is 7. That is 14 dice. And that's the only thing affected by the half range. So I'm just going to add in that other one. So that's 15 dice. So we are rolling. We are rolling 15 attacks that are hitting on 3-up.
Plus now. Oh, I see a little one. Oh,
we got 8 of them through. And now these are going to be wounding with a strength of 3. So that is wound on 3, yes? Double is 2-up, more is 3-up. Yes.
My toughness is 2.
Yes, so that's more than toughness, so that's a 3-up.
Oh, 2 of them are gone, thank goodness.
Okay. So that is 6 wound. Yes, 6 hits for 1 damage each. You now get to save.
I save on a 6+.
Yep.
There's no armor penetration, right?
Correct.
I saved none of them.
Okay, now you roll your 5-up invuln.
I saved 2 of them.
So, you may assign 4 hits.
Can I have an extra dice?
I think wounds have to go on the wounded one, but let me check.
Well, none of them were wounded, or do you...
Which model in the unit the attack might wound? So it would go for the 4 consecutive attacks, it would pick one, and then it would be the wounded one that has to...
okay. Oh, that's another Scarab Swarm gone.
Oh, actually, I'm wrong. All damage is taken simultaneously. Shouldn't matter for this shot, but important for the future. Okay. All right, so that is for purposes of measurement. How many Imperial Guardsmen do you think will survive this Necron encounter? On this side of the map, they should be doing pretty okay. On the other side of the map, yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay. So yeah, I guess that would... These attacks can destroy enemy models in a target unit, even though none have been visible to the attacking unit when you selected that target. That's specifically for indirect fire, never mind that. Just a normal day in the guard. All right, what was I even... I am still in the weapon abilities section.
You were checking if all the damage goes on to one unit first, or if I can spread them out.
Inflict damage. Damage inflicted is equal to the damage characteristic. Loses 1 wound for each point of damage it suffers. Reduced to 0 or less, it is destroyed and removed from play. If a model loses several wounds from an attack and is destroyed, any excess damage inflicted by that attack is lost and has no effect.
Oh, yeah.
All damage goes to 1 model. Thank you, Lenia.
Okay. So that's 2 scarabs gone.
All right. Now we're gonna try. This guy is within 12, so he is within pistol range.
Leave my scarabs alone!
We're gonna roll 1 las pistol attack. Hitting on a 3-up. It's a 1. Okay. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Wonder if a commissar is present. This is the combat patrol box, so there is no commissar. There is just Commander Karsk. And this may look like Trooper Bragg, but I assure you that is just a sergeant. All right. What am I doing now? Well, what I am doing now is I am choosing my next target. I think I shall fire with the cannon next. Yeah, these guys haven't died yet. They're going to get a good round of shooting out. And then we're going to discover some things. All right, field ordnance battery. Attacks D6 on the field gun. And it moved this turn, so it does not get the sustained hits 1 ability.
I'm doing well, Chris. How are you?
So we are going to... Actually, hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to take a quick look at what the blast rule does. Because I'm pretty sure it is for sharing...
Oh, I read that
out.
a bit ago.
Add 1 to the attack's characteristic for every 5 models in the target unit, rounding down. Okay. In that case... let's fire the cannon at this unit in the back here.
Oh, no.
So that is 1, 2, 3,
So that'll
4,
be
5,
2 extra
6, 7,
attacks.
8, 9, 10. So it is D6 plus 1, I think, plus 2? Nope, just D6 plus 2. So, D6. Oh, dang. I had very low expectations for this cannon, and it has already exceeded them. There's still time for it to miss every shot, but it has so far exceeded expectations. So that is 7 attacks. Hitting on... ballistic skill 5 up, changed to 4 up. Yep, there we go. That's about what I was expecting. All right. So that's a strength 7 hit.
Oh. Now...
Wait. I need to roll to wound. What is your toughness?
Well, that's what I was about to ask. I've got 2 different toughnesses in this, because one of them is my leader.
That is a good question. That is very much one for Lenia. I assume that I would just target the bodyguard unit. Majority.
Okay, so...
All right, so we use the lower
4.
toughness, but you can assign all wounds to not the leader until you run out of those guys.
Okay.
So what is that toughness then?
4.
That's 4. Fail to wound. Yep, it was a 3-up. Fail to wound. All right, the 7 attacks cannon. Total disappointment. So let's try the same thing with the rocket artillery. You must assign all wounds to not the leader. Oh, yeah, because Gene Stealer cults get units back even more aggressively than Necrons do. So that's 28 inches away, and I think I'm at 48 inches. Yes, 48 inches for the rocket launcher. That one is D6 plus 6 plus 2, because funny thing happened, that unit is exactly the same size as before the cannon fired. So that is... Oh, look at that. So that is 6 and 2, so that is 13 hits, or no, 13 attacks. I would like 13 hits, please. 13 attacks, hitting on also 5 up, which is 4 up because of the order. All right, 4 up. And then I look for any 6s because those are sustained hits 1. 1 and 2, which adds 2 more dice for a total of 10. There we go. So we are at 10 hits, rolling to wound with a strength of 6. And you had 4 toughness, correct?
Correct.
So that is wounding on 3 up. Oh, dang. All right, you are saving against 6. Saving against 6 wounds.
Isn't that 7?
It's actually 8. I just said the wrong word. That's... Well, that's on me.
Okay, and there's no armor penetration on this?
Good question. There is AP -1.
They'll hit.
All right. And... Oh, that's... You don't have an invulnerable save on that unit then?
No, because that was a command specifically on the scabs, and I forgot to activate it for this one.
All right. Okay, so that is 8 1 damage wounds. I guess keep in mind what guns they have. Wait, don't those guys have 2 wounds each?
Nope, 1 wound each.
Huh. Ouch.
Yeah.
That's 7. No, I'm wrong. I can't count. I'm going to blame this on the migraine. Yeah. Totally. Out of commission. I was expecting good things from the rocket artillery, and it has delivered. It makes up for the total disappointment that was that cannon. Okay. Next up is the Armored Sentinel. So what is the Armored Sentinel going to do? It has a plasma cannon and a hunter-killer missile. It is going to aim that hunter-killer missile at the tall dude here. I believe that is direct line of sight. Yes, because we're both tall. So we're going to roll 1 die. Hitting on a 3 up. Ooh! I don't think I have any... Nope, the only special rule on the Hunter-Killer is one shot. So it's a hit. Now I'm rolling to wound with a strength 14 attack. What is the toughness on your tall guy there?
8.
8. So
not quite
that is
double.
still a 3-up. So we are rolling this again. And it wounds. Hooray. Now, you may roll your save at AP -3.
Okay, so saving throw 3. Okay, well, we'll just
Take your time. It's adds.
Oh!
Heck. Heck, I say. All right, so that's it for the once per game Hunter-Killer missile.
Oh! Yay!
Ads are over.
I saved against the Hunter-Killer missile.
Saved on a 6-up. That was going to be D6 wounds. And I should have specified this earlier, but my mind did not change. I am doing an overcharge shot at the destroyers from the plasma gun.
What does that mean?
Hunter-Killer doing Hunter-Killer things. It means I might explode myself. We'll find out. We do D3 of attacks.
Before you do that real quick.
All right.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
All right. So D3 attacks. 3 attacks. Which are 3-ups.
I have toughness 6 on the destroyers.
Toughness 6. So the supercharge is 8, which means I'm wounding on 3-ups. One has wounded. You may now save against AP -3.
I need another D6. Not like that.
All right, so that is a single 2 damage hit. And now I roll to see if that kills me.
My destroyers have 3 wounds each, so one of them is at 1.
Okay, do you need an extra die for that?
No.
All right. Assault, rapid fire, ignores cover. Where's hazardous? These are supposed to be alphabetized. Where's hazardous? There we go, hazardous. Okay. After that unit has resolved the attacks, I must take 1 hazardous test. So if I roll a 1... Oh! Okay! I'm gonna roll that. Okay. I do not... Oh, if it was infantry, that would have killed the unit carrying it. But if it is a character, monster, or vehicle, it would have suffered 3 mortal wounds instead.
Oh.
Selected a character model in an attached unit. Actually, hold on a minute. I think... Nope. The Sentinel does not have a damaged state, so that's actually still fine. Okay, cool. All right. So I guess these dudes are going to be attacking now. There's the autogun, there is no flamer. I need to decide whether to use frag or crack. I'm going to use a crack grenade because these guys have good armor. Las guns. What do we got for pistols in this squad? Nobody in this squad has a pistol. We have a grenade launcher, a plasma gun, which is going to be firing on normal, not overcharge. And... oh, right. Grenades. Do I have a grenade stratagem? Is that a thing I should be paying attention to right now? All right, next wave, bring it down. Ah. Okay. Well, I know for next time. Yeah, we're just gonna shoot straight forward.
Okay.
So, we shall plasma gun, auto, all attacks pointed at the destroyers.
Okay.
All right. So that means in a 10-man unit, we have 7 las guns that are all within 12. Which means we are rolling 14 hits. Or rather, 14 attempts to hit. Gonna make sure. Yeah, that's 14. And they are hitting on 3 up because of the order.
Against
Now,
toughness 6? Oh, wait, no, ballistic skill. Right. Sorry.
Okay, so these are strength 3. Do you have a toughness higher than that on this unit?
Yes, 6.
Okay. Oh, yikes for me then. Ooh.
The destroyers are scary.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. So these are hitting on 6 ups.
He's got 2.
That's 2 wounds. That's honestly, that's a start. It's a start.
And now I rolled a save, correct?
You may now save against AP 0.
Yes.
Fair. Yep.
Saving throw is 3+ for the destroyers.
The Meltagun was placed before the destroyers came out.
Yeah.
I expected this battlefield to happen a little bit differently. Yeah, I think these destroyers are going to give me some trouble. So that's that. Now, I guess the autogun, which is going to go even worse, like substantially. I probably should have just thrown this in, because I think it's hitting with the same ballistic skill and strength. Oh, it gets 2 attacks. Ballistic skill 4 up, strength 3. Yep, that was... I should have just tossed in the autogun, because that was exactly the same thing. 2 attacks, rolled for 3 up, just barely. Rolled for 6 up. There they go.
Goodbye, dice.
Yeah, there they go. Now we do the plasma gun and the grenade launcher. So the grenade launcher gets 1 attack hitting on a 3 up.
There's so many guns!
Well, there won't be that many next turn, probably. 1 attack hitting on a 3 up. All right, now it's rolling to wound. That is strength 9, toughness 6. Fails to wound. Great. Okay. Well, that's that. Plasma now. Oh, rapid fire 1. Yay, 2 attacks. Okay. Whoop, heck. So that was a... Can I spawn one more? Okay, there we go. And then this one will also roll. Okay. So that's 2 attacks. We will roll these both to wound. 2 and 6, so that's 1 is wounding. You may now roll your defense at AP -2.
That's a 3. Okay, that wins.
Okay. Do they have an invuln save?
No.
1 damage.
1 is gone for now.
Yay! Okay, I am out of shooting.
Linnea is asking something in chat, by the way.
Sorry. Traditionally strength 6 on their frag grenade. I was firing off a crack grenade. But they have changed the frag, or at least in the combat patrol rules, they are D3 attacks, strength 4. That's not an auto cannon, that's an auto gun. I only had he's only here because I could not find a model that had an auto gun. So this is an auto gun. Can't you tell that this doesn't this just look like an auto gun? Definitely auto gun and nothing else. If you've read the comics, I'm kind of fielding Private Lan Drader here. I don't even know what comic that is. Crack.
Engagement range is 3 inches, yeah?
Strength 6.
Wait. What's the engagement range?
1 inch. Within 1 inch, you can roll melee attacks.
Oh no, specifically the engagement range, not the melee range.
Yeah, no, 1 inch is the engagement range, which means you are engaged in melee with people.
Okay, do you want to charge any of my units?
I mean, it might be fluffy to have these guys vault and go for it, but no, I think I'll pass this time. I think I'll pass.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll pass.
So that's the end of the first battle round. And now we go to the second because we don't get any score. We don't score objective points in the first one.
Correct. I forgot to add my command points. So in your command phase number 2, I am now at 3 command points and you are now at 2.
Correct.
I will
also,
ask you to hold
I have
back
a thing.
on the tactical suggestions for now. Rules clarifications are much appreciated. We are not looking for tactical input at this time.
Okay, this happens at the end of my command phase. Also, yeah, I'll pass on tactical. Thank you. Just still learning.
Right. But thank you for offering. Okay. Though if you could clarify the rules about detaching a leader unit. All right. So yes, now we look up how reanimation protocols. Leaders can't detach.
Actually...
Oh, all right. That works.
First, we need to do Battle Shock.
Ah, I see. So there are 2 units.
2.
So both of those you will roll 2d6.
2d6.
And if it... Let's see. If it meets or exceeds your leadership number, they are battle shocked. I think I might have that backwards.
Roll 2d6. If the result is lower than the leadership shown on the unit status sheet, the unit is battle shocked on the start of the next command phase.
All right.
So this is Swan or Scarab Swan. Leadership plus 8+. Oh, just barely. It's not battle shocked.
Ooh.
Wait, no. For the lower. Okay, no, my Skewed Swarm is battle shocked.
Oh. So high leadership
that means
is good? No. So low leadership is good.
Low leadership. Yeah. So That means
Everything
it
in
got
my
zero
army has
objective
leadership
control.
7.
Zero objective control and cannot be affected by stratagems. Is there anything else about Battle Shock I should know?
I think there are some chaos units that key off of other people being battle shocked, but I don't think there's any other relevant abilities that I have. In 10E, you always want to roll high. Thank you for the hydrate.
Okay.
The roll hydrate.
And then 2d6 for my warriors. Do I use the leadership skill of my warriors or my leader?
Let's see. I think the quick start guide comes from combat patrol, so it does say can't be affected by stratagems in the quick start guide, so I think that does apply here.
Yeah, that's where I'm reading it from. Okay, so I use my leader's leadership then. So 2d6 roll. Okay, they're fine.
Yay.
Now it is time for reanimation protocol.
Oh no.
At the end of my command phase, each unit from your army activates its reanimation protocols and reanimates a D3 wounds each time. Okay, so we'll start with the swarm. I'm going to roll this D3 that's here.
Okay.
1.
Oof.
May I have a D6?
If I can remember how to do that, which, I mean, should be significantly easier than I'm making it. All right, here's a D6 for you.
Okay, and that has 1 wound. Now my warriors. 3. This one. No. Yes.
Let me see.
And then my Squad Tech Destroyers. 1. And they got wounds 3, so this one... Well, it only gets 1 wound, so...
The combat patrol rules make no carve-outs for multi-wound models. They say you must heal any wounds, and if you have no wounds to heal, you can bring somebody back. Which... Oh, yeah, 1 wound remaining. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I was
it says
afraid
here,
that thing was coming at full strength.
If that unit contains 1 or more models with fewer than their assigned number of wounds remaining, select one of those models. That model regains 1 less wound. If all models in that unit have their assigned number of wounds, but that unit is not at assigned strength, 1 destroyed model is returned to that unit with 1 wound remaining.
Oh, also, are the secondary objectives secret? Looking at my secondary objective, I feel like this is probably not secret. That's terrifying. To have to regenerate an entire unit to get that unit back. Or an entire model's worth of wounds to get it back.
Secondaries aren't secret in core rules. Oh, okay.
Alright. That's fair. Alright, so I guess I will say then that my secondary objective is hold the line. At the end of your turn, if you are not in my deployment zone or within 6 inches of it, I get victory points.
Oh! That goes perfectly against mine. Reclaim and dominate. At the end of my turn, I score 4 victory points if one or more Necron units in my army, excluding Battleshock units, are wholly within your opponent's deployment zone.
I see. All right. So, you are more than 6 inches away. So, I get 5 points. We should also figure out how to score these objectives. And you get to do your recon, whatever it is, now as well.
So wait, at the end of your turn? Or the end of my turn?
Objectives would be, since we're starting turn 2 command phase, I think we are doing the primary objectives.
Well, I meant for your secondary objective.
Oh, yes. That happens at the end of your turn, not my turn.
Okay, so...
So I don't get to shoot you out and then claim victory on it.
Okay. Okay, so before I move, I've got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say my Doomstalker has line of sight to this unit here?
I would.
Okay. I'm gonna start my movement phase.
All right, I'm gonna keep looking at the objectives because I'm pretty sure those are supposed to score at least a little bit.
Oh, they start scoring at the start of the second battle phase. That's what the combat thingy said.
Okay, so this is the start of the second battle phase.
Yes. At the end of each player's... in the second, third, and fourth battle rounds, at the end of each player's command phase, the players whose turn is scores 5 victory points for each objective marker they control. So, do I control 2?
I think you control 2, and then also there's the mission rule of retrieve intelligence. Each player's command phase from the second battle round onwards, the player whose turn it is can select one objective marker they control and recover data marker from that objective. If their warlord is on the battlefield, they gain a command point. You can only select each one once.
Okay, so I can get an extra command point because I control...
Yes, you have to decide which one you are extracting intelligence from.
I'm gonna select this one.
Okay.
And then I get 10 victory points because I control 2?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Which one of these is the victory point tracker? Or does it not matter?
The black one.
There we go. And now I will proceed onto my movement phase. Oh, no, I don't want...
Move your own units. So to move, you would walk up no closer than 1 inch, and then you would charge during the charge phase.
Yes. So that's...
I think you can walk up to 1 inch, or... Hold on. Does it make you stop at 3 inches?
I think it does make me stop at 3 inches.
Without ending within engagement range. No, so you can go up to 1 inch and then just make a 1 inch charge.
I'm gonna move those there. Can I charge over these barriers here? Or no?
Which barrier? I think you can. I think you would be able to charge over it, but because there's not a place to charge to, you will just have to stop on the opposite side and fight over the barriers, which is a legal thing to do.
Okay. These here. And then 5 inches.
Oh, dang, that was the start of your command phase. Nuts. It is too late to do this, but I could have cut your movement in half.
Mean!
Also made it so you couldn't declare a charge.
That
Jeez,
actually would have shut me down, to be honest.
Yeah, no, missing that is going to go very poorly for me. I should have been paying closer attention to my stratagems.
Because you can't do melee without charging, can you?
Correct.
Okay, that's the end of my my movement phase. So now we move on to the shooting phase. And I'm going to start with my Doomstalker. Once again.
All right.
Because the Doomstalker has the funny gun. Also, my Doomstalker did... Hi, Mob! My Doomstalker did not move.
Doomstalker did not move.
So that means I get an extra one. I get to add one. Thank you. I get to add 1 to the hit rolls if the since it didn't move. Heavy. Add 1 to hit rolls if the bearer's unit remains stationary this turn.
Oh. I should have added that to my rocket artillery.
Oh.
Too late.
I am going to fire the big funny gun, the Doomsday Blaster, at your shock troops.
Okay, so that's plus
How many
3
units
attacks.
are in this? Okay, yep. Plus 3 attacks. And I'm going to fire the twin Ghost Flare. At the infantry squad over here.
All right.
So, first the Doomsday Blaster. So, it's a... I've got to roll 1d6 to determine the attacks first.
Yeah, this is
That's
going
5.
to go very badly for me.
Plus 1. Plus 3. So that's 9 attacks.
Yeah.
Ballistic skill 4. Oh, that's a lot of dice that just vanished. Strength 14 against toughness.
It's definitely not more than 7. You're hitting 2-ups. Yeah, toughness 3.
2 wins.
What? Okay. Now.
With AP minus 3.
AP minus 3. So. Even
Man,
with
I was
cover,
excited.
I will not have a save on that. Okay. So I choose 2 guys to not be here. All right. I am shocked that that was only 2. Tabletop scree. Indeed.
Tabletop screen.
I'm gonna get rid of the Vox operator because he's not actually a Vox operator. I have no rules for Vox casters. Scratch that. I forgot unit cohesion was a thing. Let's change that decision. These guys. Okay, yeah. I almost totally screwed myself over again.
Hi, Two-Tailed.
Okay, so that was the first cannon. Now the twin-linked.
Now this has lethal hits, rapid fire 1, twin-linked, range 24, which...
Yeah, should be everybody. To go
Yep,
help with unit
so
stuff.
the rapid fire doesn't happen though because it's not in half range.
All right, so Linya, you probably missed the point where I should have set off my artillery barrage stratagem, but I didn't realize that it was the phase to do that, and by the time I checked, it was past that phase. So Vi gets to declare attacks, and this is gonna... there's gonna be fewer guardsmen on the table in a minute. But right now is the double Gauss flare. Sorry, I have talked over you. What has happened?
I'm shooting the twin Gauss flare. Roll once. That's a 3. Nope, that doesn't hit. Next is my Necron warriors, who have 5 Gauss flares. I believe those are the ones I kept. Wait, which weapon are these, Panther?
All right, I think my avatar crashed, so give me just a moment. I am going to switch over to just the Fugi. Sorry, you were saying?
I believe these are the ones with the no, these are the Reapers. Wait.
So, the Doomstalker secondary weapon, have you fired that yet?
Yeah, it missed.
Oh, okay. So you've got...
Okay,
You have 5 flayers on the table.
No, I've got 4 flayers and 1 Ghost Reaper because I mixed up the models. But that's okay.
No,
that's okay.
That's the one that has a flayer. It's just got the wrong name.
Oh, okay. Okay, then these are 5 flares with rapid fire 1. One of those units is in rapid fire range.
Yeah, so if the all damage happens at once ruling applies here, that tells me that as long as at least one of them is within that range, you do get the benefit for all of the attacks.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm gonna fire the 5 flares at your infantry here. And I'm going to fire my Tachyon arrow at your...
Oh, it is on a model-by-model basis for rapid fire.
Oh.
Wait. No, it's on a model-by-model basis, but they can all measure to the close guy. I think that's how it sorts out.
Okay, so all but one are within rapid fire range.
Okay.
Anyway. I'm gonna fire the flares at the infantry, 4 rapid fire, 1 without, and I'm gonna fire my Tachyon arrow at your thingy back here.
All right.
So,
they all
starting
measure
with the
to the close
flares.
guy. Linia has confirmed.
Okay.
So that's total of 9 attacks then?
Yes.
Okay, cool. But sorry, I cut you off again. You were saying Tachyon arrow went to the rockets, and then...
Then I was gonna say I've rolled 9 attacks.
All right. Oh, perfect.
I hit on a 4+. And then these are strength 4 against...
Toughness 3.
What toughness? Toughness 3.
So that's 3 ups.
3 ups.
Ouch.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 5 wounds. And now I am rolling to save on a... My save characteristic is a 5 up, which is going to be a 4 up because I've got cover. So I've saved none of those.
That's 1 damage.
Times 5.
Each.
Okay. 1 damage times 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and don't Necron guns have an innate point of AP? Doesn't matter.
Not these ones. They've got AP 0.
All right. So that's 5 gone.
Now the Tachyon arrow.
All right.
This is 1 attack. And this is my once per battle shot.
Oh. Okay.
Ballistic skill 2+.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Strength 14. Strength 16 against what?
Toughness. Well, it's not more than 8. It's 5. There we go. So that's also a 2 up.
Yes.
All right. What's the AP on that?
-5.
Yeah, no save against that.
This is going to be 1d6 plus 2 damage.
Okay. And you've killed the rocket
7
artillery.
damage. Yes! The Tachyon arrow did stuff!
That's very bad for me.
That's the end of my Shootstein phase. So now it is my charge phase. The Scarab Swarm is gonna charge these guys. That's 2 inches, so I don't need to roll for that, correct?
Yeah. Well, actually, you do roll to see if you get to move the other guy more than 3 inches to get into combat.
Oh, I thought he was close enough. Oh, whoops. Oh, well.
He's 3.5 inches away, which
dang
base to base does matter. So, I mean, this is probably going to be fine.
No.
I can't believe... Okay. So you've made your 2-inch charge. He's going to get there... He's going to be base to base because you measured that. And then he is going to be there on the pile-in step.
Okay.
Which may end up being exactly the same. Yes, first you move each model in the fighting unit up to 3 inches toward towards the closest enemy model.
Okay.
Yeah, so you did your 2-inch charge and made it to within 1 inch, and now you get an extra 3 in 3 inches just to snug up.
Now I'm gonna do. Wait. Now it's time for my destroyers.
You can play a minigame of get as far across the board as possible with charging shenanigans, and Lenia hates it. Does Lenia play Tau by any chance? I'm sure you mentioned this before, but I don't remember off the top of my head. You're some kind of chaos, I think?
Oh, roll 2d6. The result is the total distance in inches your unit can charge. If this is enough to move within 1 inch of every enemy unit you selected, the charge is successful. So
yeah, you had a successful charge. You have Tzeentch, there we go. Oh, you mentioned the plasma earlier. You have melee units. You just don't want to do that.
I'm just gonna charge the infantryman. So that's roll 2d6. Yes.
Yeah, they get close enough. So I believe you snug them up to the wall. And that becomes melee attacks through cover. Which means you can hit anybody who is touching the wall, and, I mean, these guys are supposed to be.
So now it is time for the fight phase. However, I have a stratagem.
All right.
Disruption fields. When fight phase, target 1 Necron's unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. Effect. Until the end of the phase, add 1 to the strength characteristics of melee weapons equipped by models in your unit. So I'm going to select my Scarabs. Oh, wait, no, I can't. There's shell shocked. Well, I'm going to do the destroyers.
All right.
Pile in. First, you can move each model in the fighting unit up to 3 inches towards the closest enemy model. Make attacks. Each model that is within engagement range of the enemy on or in base-to-base contact with a friendly model that is fights with 1 melee weapon of your choice from those it's equipped to do so. Follow the same. Make attacks. Okay. So let's start with the Scarab Swarm.
All right. How many attacks on the Scarab Swarm?
There's 2 models, so 12.
All right.
Uh, 5+.
Ouch.
And then roll these. Strength 2. I'm going to say that's a no.
Well then. That's not how I expected that to go.
Me either. Well, time for the destroyers. There's 3, so this is 12 again.
I should maybe look at the dice.
On 3s.
Okay, so that's 8 left. Wounding
Strength.
on... Oh, no.
Strength 7 against
Yeah,
toughness.
toughness 3, so that's a 2-up. So that's
There you go.
7 hits of how many damage per hit?
Oh, you don't get saves?
I guess I do get an armor save.
It's AP minus 2.
I don't get an armor save.
2 damage.
Yeah, these guys are gone.
Victory! Wouldn't I only destroy 3 units, though?
No, you got 7 hits. So that's 7 individual...
Oh, okay, I get
That's
you.
14 damage total.
And that's going to be the end of my turn.
Okay. So, at the end of your turn, you are not in my deployment zone, but you are within 6 inches of it. So I get 3 victory points. Hello, Shadow Ice Devil.
Hello.
And what else am I doing here? So at the beginning of my command phase, what do I have access to?
We each get a command point.
True.
We are learning Warhammer.
So when my shooting phase, or the reinforcement step of my movement phase, so I have nothing in my command phase except giving orders.
Oh, I believe you get 5 victory points because of the this objective here.
Oh, okay. I took those during your command phase because I thought it was during the first command phase, but you are quite... you know what?
You know,
You're
it's
probably
your
right.
command phases. But the results still the same. You
Wait,
still get
is
them,
it-
so...
Okay, yes. I will keep that in mind in the future. However, that does mean that now, in my command phase, I have to give an order. I think I'm gonna do the ballistic skill order again. And a fallback move would mean that I can't shoot this phase, so I'm not going to do that. So the best I can do is pile in. Is anybody else going to move? Yes, I am going to move my armored sentinel up. Well, am I going to move it up or am I going to move it someplace else?
Yeah, we are doing Gods vs. Necrons. I am
Yeah.
playing the spooky robots.
Winter Assault here. I think that's 8 inch. Yeah, 8 inches of movement. So he could get up about here. And you know what? Sure he will. I don't think this is going to go especially well, but it's something. Thinking about how this is balanced. Yep. Exactly. I've fumbled my orders a couple of times, my stratagems, and knowledge of reanimation protocols. I should have targeted this squad when there was only 2 of them left. Because I didn't, now there are 5 of them. Okay.
I'm okay with this.
All right. But yeah, this is the introductory game. I am, in theory, teaching via the game, and I would feel bad if I played a high skill ceiling army and won because of it. So now for the rematch, I can study up, and then I can feel good about winning the rematch with more game knowledge.
Eek.
The rematch, we're probably going to go up to like a 2,000 point game. So in command phase, I have given the aim fire order. And that is, I only have 3 orders I can take, which means it is now my movement phase. So in the movement phase, all right, I shall have a unit. So this is in my control. So I could move this guy. But I won't. No, wait, hold on. No, I will. I shall. So I shall move him the full 4 inches, and it's probably not going to help too much, but it's going to be something. So 4 inches move.
That was a very small amount.
Yep. Looked at the Thousand Suns Combat Patrol and whoa! I forgot they did that.
What did they do?
Yeah, I don't know what they do. They're the Rubric Marines, which is cool. They're hard to shoot because it's just armor full of sand.
Yep.
So I'm going to use my stratagem Next Wave Advance and place these guys within 9 inches of my board edge.
What?
Which is going to cost me a... that's going to cost me a command point. It's 20 goats. Okay, the Thousand Suns is apparently goats now. Okay. All models will be when... Ah! Thank you. That's an important catch. So we're going to move these guys back. They're going to be standing in generally that formation. And they're going to move 9 inches in. There. Which means they slot to about here, not where they were standing.
Oh, this is bad.
Humanoid goat birds. Okay. So, what do I do here? After having put that in the reinforcement step of my movement phase, which I'm not entirely certain whether that's at the beginning or the end of the movement phase. However, I don't think it makes too much of a difference. Unless they would also get to make a move, which would be... It's at the end. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I have definitely considered Thousand Suns before. How far away are these guys? So that's within 12. Not all of these are going to be within 12. Okay, in which case, I'm going to move them... Not move. I'm going to deploy them slightly further here to be as close as they can get in front of the battery, and that's... Okay, the deploying is done. I am now onto my shooting phase. Who is getting shot? So, grenade launcher is going after the warriors. Lasguns and autogun are going after the scarabs.
Can you shoot into melee now?
I definitely can't do blast weapons. But you make a compelling argument. Let's look at that. Can't shoot into melee.
Ah.
By combat patrol rules, I think maybe I can. Can fire their ranged weapons at enemy units that are within range and visible. So unless looking through friendly units doesn't count as visible. So let's look at the core rules. Because it specifies that blast units definitely can't target units in engagement range of one or more units from the attacking model's army. So you definitely can't do that with blast. What about assault? Assault can shoot after advancing, so that's not relevant here. And making attacks. Make ranged attacks. Each time a model shoots with a ranged weapon, make a number of attacks equal to the A. Must resolve all the attacks against one target before moving on to the next target. Okay. Pistols are shooting in melee itself. But shooting into melee in 10th edition. Because why would blast specify that it can't shoot into melee if nothing could? What am I looking at? Pistols. Pistols can be wielded even at point-blank range. Yeah, pistols are eligible. Vehicles can. You can't shoot into melee unless you're shooting a vehicle or monster that's in melee. I wish they had clarified that in the rulebook. Because that is... Ah, there we go. Locked in combat rule, page 20. That... This is just going to end up being exactly what everyone is telling me. However, a unit is not eligible to shoot while it's within engagement range. While an enemy unit is within engagement range of one or more, you cannot select that enemy unit as a target of ranged weapon. Well, then why does it specify that for blast?
I believe blast also specifies... Wait. Oh.
Oh, you probably just... You can't shoot a monster or vehicle in melee, even with blast. Or you can't shoot blast into melee, even if it is a monster or vehicle. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, sorry for the delay. These guys are all going to shoot at the warriors then. And these guys are just going to stab. So this has moved. If the destroyers stage dive the Sentinel, you can shoot a Melta at them, but you can't shoot at them with a cannon. Yeah. And the Melta is not here. So... I guess I'd better start shooting. What is in range? 16, 15. All right, so 14. I could get extra attacks if I went after the destroyers, but that would be splitting my fire again. So maybe I just don't start with this unit. I'm going to start with the cannon. And the cannon is going to go after the warriors, definitely. Adds.
Adds.
Okay, so the cannon. D6 attacks, 5 up, which is a 4 up.
So, sorry, you're shooting what at what?
The cannon is firing at the warriors. It is going to make 4 attacks.
I'm going to activate Mercurial Resistance on my warriors.
All right.
For 1 command point. That'll give them a 5+ invulnerable save.
I forget what my... I keep...
until the end of the phase.
Oh, right, in my shooting phase. Reroll the hit roll. Okay, so I don't
also,
have to
I apologize
use
for the
that
yawning.
just yet.
I'm starting to get kind of tired.
Yep. Okay, so that's 4 attacks. Dang it. These are hitting on 4 ups, so that's 1. Then we'll just roll that to see the 4th. Okay, so that's 2 hits. 2 hits at strength 7, pointed at the warriors.
Toughness 4.
Oh, wait, hold on. How many warriors are there?
5.
Ah, 1 more. So that's 2 hits pointed at the warriors.
Toughness 4.
Toughness 4. So I'm wounding on 3s. So that's 1 wound. And you may save at AP -1.
Yes. That's saving throw 4+.
All right.
Which takes that down to a 5.
All right. So, cannon, again. Total disappointment.
This is why I went for the other one with my arrow.
15. The cannon also does have a las gun and a las pistol. I think it's out of range of the pistol, but it is not out of range of the las gun. All right. I want to shoot at these guys, but I'm not going to because I'm going to try and wipe out the warriors. And I'm saying this out loud so that I can convince myself to do it. So we're going to start with the grenade launcher loaded with frag. So that is going to make it blast, and it is going to have D3 attacks, I think. Where is it? Yes, D3 attacks, blast. So, I'm getting lucky with the blast rolls. So that is 3
Ads are over.
plus 1. So that's 4 attacks with that. Whoops. Whoop, okay. 4 attacks. Ballistic skill. 4 up, which is a 3 up. So that's 2 hits. And rolling to wound, strength 4. And toughness 4. So that is a 4 up. Okay, so that's 1 wound that you are saving. AP 0.
Saving throw 4+.
And you saved it?
Yes.
Okay. I have really not made any progress whatsoever on this unit. So, scratch that. I'm going to point everything else at the destroyers, because then I get rapid fire. So, this... Wait a minute. I was supposed to resolve all attacks from the cannon first. So I should be making 1 lasgun attack, because at the time I planned to attack the warriors with that.
Can I use the same stratagem multiple times in the same phase?
I think so? Okay, so that's a hit. Rolling to wound. No. Okay. That, well, sorted that out. Stratagems are once a phase. All right,
Okay.
So can't. So we're pointing at these guys now, and it looks like everybody is within fancy range. So that is going to be... Wait. No, I was going to point the pistol at those guys. I should resolve that first. Apologies that I keep going back.
Didn't you just do the pistol, or was that a different
That
pistol?
was the rifle. And same effect. It hits but fails to wound. Fails badly. Okay, so these guys, I don't even need to select these guys. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 functionally lasguns, because the autocannon just always hits twice. So that's 16 attacks. Rolling 16 attacks, which are hitting on 3 ups. And then we are rolling that to wound, which is going to be a 6 up. Okay.
Saving on 3+? The destroyers can destroy once again.
I kind of just want to scoop.
Oh.
Kind of, because it's getting, well, I mean, it was frustrating to just roll 30 dice and deal 0 damage, but also it is late, and I don't see myself recovering from this at all. I expect that the scarabs will keep this tied up slightly off the point, and we'll just carry on like that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I also feel that I should apologize for walking away from the game, but I feel like this is just going to be an ongoing, let's see, 30 dice, 15 hits, 2.5 wounds, on average less than 1 failed save. Oh, yes. Yeah, I just forgot that I was only wounding on 6-ups if I pointed that way. Some unit rules that let you use a stratagem, but Scorpack destroyers don't have that. So the math works out for 30 lasgun shots into a destroyer unit. Yep. I guess that would be game knowledge of just play around trying to tar pit that, because killing it isn't super on the table. Well, yeah. Knowing what I now know, I failed to take objectives early enough. Yeah. I am sorry to end it like that.
No, it's okay.
I think I would just like to go to bed. But, sure, what would you say at this point, Lenya? I should continue, well, as far as I can tell, I should continue trying to focus down the character. These guys I should have done the fallback to try and get that finished off, I suppose, because then I would have had this opened back up again. Also, sorry, but the migraine is starting to get closer. That's...
It's okay. I hope you feel better. Make sure you drink plenty of water and you have some painkillers to help.
I am going to bed pretty much immediately after this.
Also, you should take some painkillers just to help you get to sleep.
Yeah, that's probably wise. And I'm also going to look at my work schedule, which I'm pretty sure, yes, I work 8 a.m. tomorrow. So yeah, it's about bedtime. Kill the swarm so they can't be a nuisance, put everything else into the warriors until they stop having warriors, and then takes the lump. Yep. So, knowing all that, knowing all that, would you like to do Combat Patrol again for the next game, or would you like to build lists for it?
I think maybe do another Combat Patrol, because I,
All right.
Yeah.
So, thanks for coming out, everybody. Let's see. Where are we going?
Thank you everyone for coming.
Right. Oh, we got somebody kicking off a fundraiser. Got somebody farming. We've got... Oh, Solidus and Silver are playing Halo Wars.
I was about to say, one of my static members is streaming, but they're on their stream ending screen.
All right. Scopeck destroyers are glass cannons. Glass cannons? I mean, glass cannons if you've got the armor piercing for it. All right. Sorry, I am gradually losing function here.
Guess let's go raid Solidus.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. So thank you for coming out, everybody. I am shocked at the number of people who were hanging around here tonight while we played a very slow learning game of Warhammer.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Thank you for playing, Vi. I
Thank
look
you for
forward to the
teaching me.
rematch.
I'm sorry it didn't go well. I hope you had
Well,
some fun,
that's-
though.
Yeah, I mean, I still want the rematch. But no, yet I genuinely, I'm kind of checked out at this point. We have entered the everything is hot and I can't think phase of this, so we should
Okay.
go.
Yeah, let's go raid out
soonish.
and go rest. Bye,
Yeah,
everyone. Thank you all for
Sunday,
coming.
yes, I'll be back Sunday, and Vi, you will also be doing raids on Sunday? Question mark?
No, I raid on Monday.
Oh.
I might have been back tomorrow, but I've got to go vote. Ugh.
I just voted the other day.
My
Thanks to First
condolences.
Past the Post, my vote meant nothing.
Oh. That.
To Star
But,
Wars
yes.
on Sunday. That's... I mean, I did have
Thank you,
somebody
everyone, for
invite me for
coming in.
Twin Sons. So, what is Sunday? Sunday was...
Sorry to interrupt, but my thing's about to go out.
Oh, right.
Thank
yeah,
you, everyone, for coming. I hope you all
good
have a wonderful
night.
day, evening, night,
Good
whatever.
night.
Bye! Sorry, I was just about to end. I'm so